know that you're gay? You like the movie Made in Manhattan?
You know I know you're gay?
How?
I saw you make a spinach dip in a loaf of sourdough bread once.
You know how I know that you're gay?
How?
You have a rainbow bumper sticker on your car that says, I love it when balls are in my face.
That's gay.
Ah, damn it.
I'm ripping your head off right now. It's off, and now I'm throwing it at your body. Fuck you!
Morning in America. Fresh, vital. The old cynicism is gone. We have faith in our leaders. We're optimistic as to what becomes of it all. It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism.
The people that know everything about Looking Glass, that have gotten all the reports and all the information, the elites of the world, probably figured out that that was the end of the game. And nothing could be manipulated beyond that point. Inevitable event. It's been forecast, it's been predicted, it's been fed to us in a slop trough of what they want us to believe will happen. They don't actually have control over what happens. They only have control over the reaction, and it seems that no matter what they try to do to cause their desired reaction, it's going to have an opposite effect. If I had to give it a name, I would say it's the awakening process.
So depressed. I don't know what to do. Hey, go for it, man. Limits.
It figures it would be something like this.
Our nation.
It's an evolution of consciousness that cannot, will not, and no matter what decisions or possibilities are injected into the equation, eventually it all resolves down to us all learning the truth and becoming aware of this massive dam of lies that has been built.
How you doing, boys? I didn't know you'd been recruited. Welcome aboard.
What do these things want, and why are they here?
You still don't get it, do you, boy?
They have recruited the rich and the powerful.
They're running the whole show.
Learning the truth and becoming aware of this massive dam of lies that has been built that keep us from knowing massive volume of information that we should otherwise possess. First, I thought it was end of the world. Now I see end of the world as end of their world. The biggest cherry on top of all this conversation would be a synopsis to say that if I could convince everybody out there that for all intents and purposes, what we believe to be true eventually becomes true. If we don't buy into that fear and accept that there's really nothing that we know is going to happen, and accept whatever happens, that makes the convergence of the timelines happen as naturally as possible. Any attempts to try to go away from this one inevitable conclusion, I again see as a new beginning, an end of this reality, the beginning of something that we can't even possibly understand based on the level of our beliefs currently. But when all that information comes flooding out, there's going to be no denying what's true and what's a lie or what's illusion. Basically, what we're experiencing right now is two master chess players sitting at the board. And one of them looks down at the board and sees that he's in checkmate in 7 moves. And he looks across at his opponent and he knows that his opponent sees it too. So there's no getting out of it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
So at this point, the loser can only prolong the game. Both players know the game is over. It's only a matter of time before he does this, and then you're forced to do this, and then he's forced to do this, and eventually checkmate. We, as erase if we could understand that the game is over. That based on the rules of the game.
Hey, fellas, I got a couple of my buddies here. Thought I'd give them the grand tour. Think we can go inside?
Be serious. You have your authorization card.
The bad guys have already lost, the good guys have already won. Yes, there's moves left on the table, but those moves are being forced by the player that is going to win. The only way that checkmate can't happen is if the player that's winning makes a mistake.
Wait, boys, wait, you're making a big mistake. There ain't no countries anymore. No more good guys. They're running the whole show. They own everything, the whole goddamn planet. They can do whatever they want.
But from all of the information that I've gathered, all of the information that's been given, all of the information that's been vetted to me, it seems pretty obvious that the good guy player on the side of the chessboard knows exactly what has to be done to win the game. And so, at this point, any mistake would be all but impossible. But again, you really have to understand the game to know that the guy that's losing is lost. And I'm sure most people sitting watching a chess match between two advanced chess players know the game's over long after the two players know it's over. Because they can't see the board and see that there's only 7 moves left.
You made the mistake. No, you gotta listen to me. I thought you boys understood. It's business. That's all it is. And they're gonna let us have it good if we just help them. They're gonna leave us alone. Let us make some money. You can have a little taste of that good life, too. Now, I know you want it. Hell, everybody does. Do it to your own kind.
Will be a mandatory artificial gene therapy. Get this needle with the artificial gene therapy. Unless they do it, they won't be able to work, participate in society. There will be fines and incarceration and all that, those things.
All right, suppose we settle down. That's far enough. Where'd you get those glasses? Tooth fairy. I'll bet. Got him.
This is hardcore psychological warfare. And what we also need to understand, it isn't health officials that are being called to the stage, to the podium, that are bringing out this messaging to the people. It is created in behavioral institutes, people and institutes that are specialized in behavioral science and behavioral manipulation. Worldwide governments have contracted behavioral institutes and professionals to tailor the messaging, because what is really going on is a re-education of the public here, to put them down in a small submissive place. The messaging is tailored at that, so it isn't from a health perspective. It is to change people's minds and behaviors. And the reason why we need to talk about this is because this awareness, once we understand something, once we acknowledge and accept it, we can change ourselves. We can adapt our behaviors. We can change our mindsets. We can change our beliefs. We can empower ourselves. This is what this is about. It's not about painting a horrific picture, although the picture is horrific and it is true, but the reason is so we can acknowledge, adapt, and change. That's really what this is about. And we're seeing this depressive and absolutely confused state in a lot of young people. For those who have not complied, for those who have not gone along with what was expected from them, they're right now under extreme pressure from their peers, from their parents, teachers, and whatnot. And the pressure for them to comply with things they don't want to comply with is so huge that we see a crushing effect on these young people. The thing is that we will return to a sense of normalcy, that we will return to what we had before. We are never going to return to the old normal that we all knew just a few years ago.
And who Come to show them where I am. Not nice.
But we need to acknowledge and accept where we are. And so the first thing is we are not returning to an old normal. That's gone. The same powers that used to run this system are now wanting to bring it down because they want to bring the final solution, a complete artificial, a virtual reality intelligence system.
I've got one that can see.
What is this war that we're in about? It's a war for our minds, for our bodies, and our souls. We are the engine that powers our life force. What we have is the engine that powers everything. That's what these entities want, our life force into their new system. And they want to control our minds, our bodies, and our souls. So they can basically use them for their own agenda. It's about dividing us. It's about turning us against each other.
I don't want to fight you. Come on. I don't want to fight you. Stop it. No.
But if you can see it for what it is, you can seize to participate in it. And you can focus your energy on the positive. We need to shift our attention.
Don't interfere, you can't win.
To really looking at our basic needs, food, water, shelter, those things. How do you protect yourself? Think about that.
You're gay? How? Because you're gay and you can tell who other gay people are? You know how I know you're gay? How? You like Coldplay. Oh, you're gay. You're gay. Oh!
Worldwide war going on against the people. Against our humanity, against our values and principles, against our human nature, because they want to change it, they want to modify it, against our souls.
Our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite.
Against our values and principles, against our human nature, because they want to change it, they want to modify it.
You have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest for multidimensional expansion. And in return, the per capita income of each of you here tonight has grown, and this year alone, by an average 39%.
People say, no, they would never do that. No, you would never do that. They would, and they are. It's a difference.
They are safe as long as they are not discovered.
I've got one that can see.
Think about your family. We always say if you have children that are in school, that are out there, create a family plan. What happens? Communication goes out, power goes out. Think about those things. Create a plan together. When you are prepared, you have peace of mind and you can focus on the things at hand. When you're not prepared and something unexpected happens, there's a whole lot of panic going around. So this is really important. And we will approach this point where some of us or most of us might even be forced to change their location, to go into more remote places.
Go. Wake up! They're all about you, all around.
To step out of the current system that we're in, to step out of urban areas. Leave places and areas that are densely populated and where all these restrictions are going to begin to be implemented. You know, in neighborhoods and whatnot. And so just think about those things. Have a plan. The thing with this is, it's, as Max Egan said so eloquently,
We have been lulled into a trance.
this is in many ways going to have to run its course. But I want to say something too. Just because there is a global war going on, it doesn't mean that you are going to experience the full horror of it yourself. That's what this means. That's what this awakening process also means. People that have put off all those intuitive choices, people that have been met with synchronistic events or put together, people that, for years and years have been shown they need to make a change, have been shown they need to change something in their lives, have been shown they need to do something about it, and haven't done it. Because they were too scared, because they were too comfortable, whatever that is, they're facing severe struggles right now. They're facing severe pain right now. We are all, in one way or another, also facing a sadness because we're grieving an old world that we're seeing dying. We're seeing it dying.
And I've just received word that our forces have won a major victory. The underground terrorist network has been destroyed here on the West Coast. We are all crisis alert. The situation is normal again.
So we're grieving that in many ways. Some of the rituals, some of the celebrations, some of the illusions that we all had. All of this is happening right now, and we need to allow ourselves to grieve, but to move on also. Some of the things are never coming back. Some of the ideas, illusions we had about things are never going to be illusions again. We know these things now. So all of this is a completely new experience for so many souls. It is something that's has never happened in this way before. And our approach as coaches, what we teach our coaches, our approach as humans in our own lives is identify what the challenge or the problem or the sickness or the trauma is, right? If there's something that keeps happening in your life, if something is holding you back, then you need to first identify what it is. That's always our first approach. Identify, accept. Accept that it's there. Then there's a strategy on how to move. Don't even assume that everyone is the same as you are in terms of being a human being. We cannot assume that out of all the beings that we see and all the entities that are in powerful positions, that everyone's human. I mean, this is also something that we have identified and accepted. There's a force that is non-human that has a factor in all of this. The highest level, that's always the case. And then what are the changes?
Be serious. You have your authorization cards.
Situation is normal again.
Is this the 2-minute break or the 30-second break?
I think it's the 30-second break.
It
But I
dropped
don't
12.
know.
I guess we must be running long.
I think so. The Oscar winners give a press conference, and how to buy a sailboat.
You look like shit. I'm on it.
What's wrong?
All the sex and violence on the screen has gone too far for me. I'm fed up with it. Filmmakers like George Romero and John Carpenter have to show some restraint.
Masters!